Erin Patterson got 3 life sentences with a 33-year minimum. That means that Erin Patterson is eligible for parole in 33 years. Do you think that's enough? Because I definitely don't think that's enough. And why is it then on these cases that females get a 33% less sentence than a male? I'm not even being biased. I'm just saying, why is
All I
that?
have in this world is my laws, my word, and I don't break them for other people. It's like
Rightio legends, Chaos Chronicles, and we're back again with another video. And today we're doing a little piece on Erin Patterson. So, can someone please explain to me why Erin Patterson took 3 people's lives and is still eligible for parole in just over 30 years? So it turns out that there is a massive difference in the sentencing when it comes to males and females in Australian prisons. Now, I am the least biased person you will meet. So, but can someone explain to me why, if I go out and do what Erin Patterson done today, I am going to get a significantly larger sentence than Erin got? It just does not make any sense to me. I'm going to chuck some little things down here so you can have a read yourself. But even though this is the worst sentence ever given to a female in Australia, so this is the worst sentence ever. So no female has ever been given a sentence of this length, but the prosecution still think that it is still too small and they are going to appeal it. So also, not only is the prosecution going to appeal it, so the defense is going to appeal it as well. So her defense team, her lawyers or whatever, are also going to appeal it. And they are saying that she has gotten too little of time. Now, I'll tell you what I think. I think that this lady should never be let out of prison. It's absolutely abhorrent what she done. And yeah, I think that she shouldn't be let out of prison. What do you guys think? I think that she should be doing the hardest prison that she can possibly do, which we will get to in a moment. But let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think she should be able to be out for parole, or should she stay there indefinitely, natural life, never to get out of prison?
Victoria's Crown Prosecutor hasn't ruled out appealing the sentence handed down to mushroom murderer Erin Patterson. The mother of 2 was sent to jail for at least 33 years for the deaths of 3 of her in-laws. But prosecutors are considering whether that was manifestly inadequate. In the meantime, it's understood Patterson's legal team is also unhappy with the sentence and is contemplating an appeal of its own.
So for those of you that don't know what an appeal is, so every single person who goes through the court system in Australia is eligible for an appeal. So the day you are sentenced, you have 28 days from that date to lodge an appeal. And so there are only 2 things you can appeal on. So you can appeal the severity of the sentence, or you can appeal the conviction. So the prosecution, they're saying that the conviction is fine, but they're saying that the judge erred in their ways and gave a incorrect sentence that was too short. And so obviously the defense, which is her legal team, is saying the total opposite. They're saying that the judge erred in their ways and gave them a much too lengthy sentence, which is absolute hogwash. Like, I think that this lady should spend the rest of her time in prison, because the truth is, if a male had done this crime, now, once again, I'm not being biased, but I just can't work out for the life of me, if I go out today and a female goes out today and commits the same crime, we're going to get a different time. It just doesn't make sense. It's 2025. Everyone's always banging on about, equal pay and equal rights and stuff like that. Shouldn't the sentencing be exactly the same? Or am I like reading this whole situation wrong? I just do not understand why in some cases they get up to 35% less sentencing, which is just absolutely crazy. But if you ask me, she deserves to do the hardest time whatsoever, which is exactly apparently what she will be doing. Check this out.
Should Erin Patterson, the mushroom murderer, ever see the outside of a jail cell? There was news today that prosecutors are considering appealing her sentence, suggesting the 33-year minimum jail term is not tough enough.
So, what is life on the inside actually like for Patterson? Today, Sam Butler spoke to a former inmate at the maximum security prison where she's being held.
The triple murder trial of accused mushroom lunch cook Erin Patterson is underway in Morwell.
Like, it just beggars belief. I can't even believe that the judge thought it was adequate to give this lady a bottom. Like, I know people in the men's prison that are never getting out for much less crimes than that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's literally blown my mind, if I'm honest.
Erin Patterson guilty on all charges.
For the murder of Heather Wilkinson, Gail Patterson, Don Patterson, I sentence you to life in prison.
We're grateful for their expertise, their hard work, and their perseverance that has secured this conviction.
Like, I feel sorry for the family, and are they really happy with, like, they didn't say anything about the sentence there. They just mentioned the sentence. But, like, I'd imagine, like, if that was my family, like, no way I would be happy with that.
My name is Ashley Chapman. I have done almost 10 years in the Dame Phyllis Frost Centre here in Victoria, 2 years in solitary confinement. I'm now a justice advocator, mentor, and I speak for those who cannot.
An insight into what it's like.
Hey, I have them same glasses, just saying.
Like inside for one of Australia's most notorious inmates.
It was soul destroying. It strips away your human qualities. You're in a cage. You're stuck in a cell for days on end. If you're lucky, you'd be able to get some fresh air.
For 2 years.
So it's exactly the same here in males' prisons. So the slots are exactly the same. So you are in, the cell isn't any size different than your normal everyday cell when you're back in the unit or pod, whatever you want to call it. But you are very limited to what you can have in there. So, like, say, for instance, at Port Phillip, when you're down the spine, so you're down there for 14 days before you go into Charlotte, sometimes 7 days, but you have absolutely nothing. So you don't have a TV, you don't even have a sheet for your bed, which is putrid. All you have is a putrid pillow without a pillowcase on it. Sometimes that's if you're lucky, but most of the time all you have is a mattress, a blanket, and a towel, and that's about it.
Ashley Chapman lived in the same maximum security prison unit as convicted triple murderer Erin Patterson.
So you're sitting in a cell for 3 days, no phone call, with the toilet right there next to you, no fresh air, no human contact. You can hear other people crying, you can hear other people struggling, and there's nothing you can do.
Prisoners are stripped of freedom. It's a highly regimented existence. Lockdowns are frequent, movement is restricted, meals and medication are delivered through a tiny flap in the door.
So how big was the cell that you were living in?
So for me, it was 8 steps from wall to wall. Lengthwise, widthwise, it's 3. At times, I wouldn't even get out of bed. I would just lay in bed for 7, 8 hours and only get up to get my food when it was delivered.
Since her arrest, Erin Patterson has spent most of her time in solitary confinement. It's one of the reasons why Justice Christopher Beal decided she should eventually have a chance at freedom.
The harsh prison conditions that you have experienced already and the likely prospect of solitary confinement for the foreseeable future are important and weighty considerations which should count for something in the sentencing exercise.
But why? Why should they count for something in the sentencing exercise? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
In my view, the only scope for making them count is by the fixing of a non-parole period.
He sentenced the mushroom cook to a minimum of 33 years in jail, meaning she'll be able to apply for parole when she's 82. But prosecutors wanted her to serve life without parole and are now weighing up whether or not to launch an appeal. All sentences imposed in cases prosecuted by the Director of Public Prosecutions are reviewed as a matter of course. The DPP can appeal a sentence on the ground that it is manifestly inadequate. It is a stringent ground that is difficult to make good. A decision has not yet been made as to whether the sentence imposed on Erin Patterson should be appealed.
So it's not an easy exercise to evaluate if a sentence is lenient and to actually put that to a court.
Like, what do you think as the general public? I would imagine that most of you would have the same thought pattern as me on this situation, that that lady needs to be spending the rest of her time in prison. Now, obviously, I have spent a lot of time in prison myself, and I do not wish prison upon my worst enemy. But there are certain people that definitely belong in prison, and Erin Patterson is definitely in that category. Like, why should she be given the chance to walk amongst other people again out in society when she's done something that is so wrong? And like, what blew my mind even worse was the fact that she fed her children the same, like a beef Wellington. It was just a different beef Wellington. Like, and it's even alleged that it was cooked in the same pots. Like, she's put so many people's lives in danger here, and how the judge can see that this is like normal to get a parole date, because her prison time is going to be hard. Her prison time is going to be hard no matter what. If you don't want hard prison time, don't do putrid crimes. It's as simple as that.
Appeal. So the prosecution has to present grounds that is essentially say that the judge failed to take into account other factors that warrants a higher sentence, a more severe sentence.
Prosecutors had argued Erin Patterson's crimes were so cruel and horrific she didn't deserve the court's mercy. Her victims died a slow and painful death, and more than 2 years on, she's shown no remorse. Had the judge agreed, the 50-year-old would have become just the second woman in the country's history to be sentenced to life without parole.
So that's another thing as well, what people don't understand. So if you plead not guilty and you are found guilty, guess what? Automatically you are showing zero remorse. And this is what people don't understand. So old Uncle Chop Chop used to say, never plead guilty. And I used to say the same thing, because like, it can just turn around and bite you in the bum. Pun intended.
Her defence team is remaining tight-lipped on whether or not it plans to appeal. Her lawyer told 10 News Plus today he didn't want to comment. Both sides have until October 6 to file the paperwork, while Patterson ponders the prospect of at least another 3 decades in jail.
Just sitting there staring at the wall is what most people do. If you're lucky, you might not go crazy. You might not be severely unwell that you have to be put in a safe cell.
It is a lifetime sentence, even if there is a parole period attached. I can't imagine what kind of quality of life she'll have upon release.
Well, yeah, it literally, like, I just can't believe it. I can't believe so many different things in this situation. I can't believe, A, that she has been given a non-parole period, and because they're saying that her time in prison is going to be harsh. Well, newsflash, Einstein, prison is hard on every single person. So why does Erin Patterson get some kind of special treatment when her crimes, let's face it, are some of the most putrid crimes in our recent history? Like, it beggars belief. And yeah, I am sorry for getting angry on this one, but yeah, it's literally just blown my mind completely. But what I didn't say before, so also before you have your appeal, so her appeal will be in the High Court because she was in the Supreme Court. So when you appeal, it goes up a court. So if you're in the Magistrates Court, it goes to County Court. If you're in the County Court, it goes to the Supreme Court. If you're in the Supreme Court, it goes to the High Court. So, but they tell you right before you go for your appeal, do you understand that there is a chance that you could get more time here? And they will ask you if you understand that. But also, what everyone has to understand, although it's probably not going to happen, there still is a chance that if she appeals, that she's going to get less time than what she got. And judging by what the judge was saying at her sentencing, like seriously taking her sides on saying that she's going to have a more harder time, well, here's the truth. Like I said earlier, if you don't want hard jail time, don't do putrid crimes, and people won't be out to get you. But like, that's no excuse to give this person less time than someone else. And yeah, the percentage thing blew my mind in how much time the difference between male and female sentencing. And there was no way I could say this without coming across as sexist. So just know that I definitely am not. But yeah, it's just something that's blown my mind. It's something that all of yous can find out yourself. So all you've got to do is look up Sentencing Snapshots Victoria, and you'll be able to find any sentencing guidelines for male and female on any offence and see how drastic some of the differences are. And like some of them are well over 35% differences in sentencing. And I'm just led to believe, this is me once again, not being biased or anything like that, that everyone committing the same crime should get punished for the same crime. Like, I don't see how, a male or a female should get more or less time. I think we all should get the same. Like I said, it's 2025. And yeah, everyone's banging on about this equal rights stuff as well. And so, like, especially in cases where 3 people's lives were taken in such a brutal fashion, like, yeah, definitely. But yeah, there you go, guys. Erin Patterson updates. And if you guys haven't already subscribed, jump down there, shoot me a subscription. I'll keep you updated on the Erin Patterson if any updates pop up and what's going on with her appeal process and whatnot. So yeah, Erin Patterson. But as always, guys, don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison.